Today's message, guys, comes from asking yourself the question, why am I looking for it to be so fucking entertaining? So to give you context to my answer to that question, Monday morning session, as you know, if you've been following these videos some time, I like to get a bit of a grueler in on a Monday morning, get up early, get the week to a good start with not only a training session, but a session that's going to challenge me physically and mentally, because it puts me in the right frame of mind to take on the week. So today's session, just to give you some context, it was 30 seconds, so it was 60 minutes of total work. First 30 seconds was watt bike, then it was 30 seconds rest. Second 30 seconds was ski erg, 30 seconds rest. Third 30 seconds was shuttle run, 30 seconds rest. Then rower for 30 seconds rest. And then within that rest period, then you've got to get one rope climbing. You've got 30 seconds on that last bit to get the rope climbing, and then have 30 seconds rest. So I think it's like 4.5 minutes per round, okay? But I didn't really count rounds, I was just counting the clock. I wanted to work for, well, actually I set out to work for 50 minutes, but I thought, fuck it, I'll do till 60. So, today's message, okay. A lot of people would say that session's boring, and I might agree with them, but what I'm about to say is maybe you're not getting results because you're focusing on the wrong shit. Should it be exciting? Should it be entertaining every single time you train? What do you think? I think that's a story you're telling yourself to get out of doing probably something that's taking you out your comfort zone. So if people, when I used to work in a commercial gym, I used to set people programs maybe like Cooper's 12-minute run as a fitness test, and they get 5 or 6 minutes into it and they're sort of running at max speed, and you're monitoring how many meters they can go in that 12 minutes as a fitness test. Pretty brutal. And the common thing you used to hear was, I got bored. Yeah, but did you get bored, or were you just fucking uncomfortable? Because in that moment there where you're thinking about slowing down or quitting, in that moment where you're telling yourself that maybe you should be doing something a bit more exciting, like standing on a fucking Bosu ball on one leg whilst doing single arm reverse flies, whilst that conversation's going on in your head, there's only one thing that's happening: your body's contracting and contracting and contracting and slowing down, and it's staying in that comfort zone. And you don't even need to tell you that you're not going to expand, you're not going to see growth in that comfort zone. Another question I'd have you consider is, where else is a session like that applicable in your everyday life? So if you're career driven, entrepreneur, corporate, you work in a corporate world, but work in any field where you're trying to progress and push, is that always exciting? I've got to do fuck ton this week of calls to people that want to join our gym. So between me and Sam, we've got a shitload of calls that is all we're going to be doing most of the week. And some people will get a place on our program and some people won't if they're not a good fit. Now, is that exciting? No. Is it uncomfortable? Yeah, it is a little bit, talking to, that many people, and, being present in your mind and listening carefully to the goals and looking at finding a solution. It is a bit uncomfortable, especially when they start delving into certain issues sometimes and opening up to you. So, is it going to provide growth? Yes. The company's going to grow by the end of the week, isn't it? Off the back of doing the calls, more importantly, the people that we're speaking to are going to see growth, because we're going to help them out regardless whether they get a place or not. We're personally going to see growth working on our income. Our members of the gym are going to see growth off the back of that period, because we can invest in equipment, we can invest in staff over the long run. Our members of staff are going to see growth after that period of making those calls, because then we're able to pay them. So your mindset has got much more influence over multiple factors than probably what you give it credit for. Likewise, if you're a parent, is it exciting getting up in the middle of the night when your kids aren't well, or they're waking up essentially and you've got to comfort them? No, it's not exciting. In fact, it's uncomfortable, isn't it? But you've got to endure that. So putting yourself through sessions that you've got to endure mentally as well as physically and get through and out the other side, in my view, every now and then, you know, like, it's got its place. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Is you don't want to be training like that every single time that you train, but once a week, once every other week, put yourself in that hurt locker, guys, because that's where you're going to see some of the growth.